there's this relatively new thing called Media Literacy Week. It was a 4-day week, so I offered 4 drop-in sessions for students to come in, and that was pretty well attended, so I'm trying to do something similar in the springtime. So in the fall we did things like satire in The Simpsons. We watched an episode of The Simpsons, and intertextuality in Stranger Things, and we did adaptation of Thor from Norse mythology to a comic book to the movie, and codes and conventions when we looked at Pixar and The Walking Dead, the TV show. I also offered a staff workshop on media literacy, like in different content areas that they can do in their classrooms. So for example, I know a lot of our language arts teachers, they'll read a book and then they'll watch the movie, but the movie is usually just like, and then we watch the movie. So trying to give some ideas of what are some ways that you could perhaps do a little bit deeper thinking about that, the way that an author creates a meaning in a book versus how creators make meaning in a movie are very different.
I don't think the importance of media literacy and intentionally teaching media literacy can be overstated. We all know that the authors have their own ways of putting the books together. Producers, TV producers, film producers put their movies and TV shows together, and they're loosely based on each other, but they come from different angles. And how do we teach our young people to understand that? And as soon as you get them engaged, they want to learn, they want to get on board, and they want to do it. So just reading a book and watching a movie and not taking it any further is a disservice to them. Nowadays, every student, basically from middle school on, has their own Chromebook or their own iPad, and with that comes the ability to become a much better storyteller. We're looking for we have more sophisticated viewers. Now we're looking for more sophisticated storytellers, and media literacy helps us accomplish that. If you have learned the difference between, how authors work, how producers work, and see the differences and what's alike, it helps them become better storytellers in the media, in the digital media. And this, let's face it, this is the digital age. This teaches them how to get their point of view across in as professional a manner as possible. It teaches them to use that equipment in the most effective and efficient manner that they can to tell their story and not lose their audience.
Getting people to think about when they ask students to create media projects as well, because we have at our school is 1-to-1, all the students have iPads, so they do a lot of media production, but they don't get a lot of instruction all the time. So having teachers think about, if you're asking kids to create something, just the same as you would teach them writing, we should be teaching them how to create something that's going to be a nice product. The students are super eager to have these kind of conversations. And even when I was doing the news stuff, which is, talking about bias, students were really engaged and really interested and reflecting on their own bias, which was really interesting. And when we did the Media Literacy Week this past fall, it was shocking to me how engaged kids were, because some of the things I was introducing to them were like much higher level, we're talking college level concepts, but they were listening and nodding and really were interested in what we were talking about. And throughout the week, I think I had 28 kids total come, which for a drop-in library program is really good.
The simple fact of the matter is, our young people today are the most sophisticated viewers that the world's ever known. We need to open up and look at the ways that media, whether it's writing or film, whatever, how it's nuanced by whoever's putting it together, and then helping our young people, our students, understand that, so that they can read it and understand what's going on and all the subtext that goes with it.
I think waiting till college is waiting too late, because students are obviously using media way before that, and to me that's like, waiting to teach literary appreciation until college. If you want kids to enjoy reading and get the most out of it, you need to be talking about it when they're reading.
Media literacy shows its importance even more now as we watch our young people come into the system as students, and we as educators are desperately scrambling to keep up with it, because we have to help our students understand what's coming at them. That's what media literacy is all about, and They're getting computers, they're getting cameras, they're getting cell phones. What we need to do is make sure that our students understand what they're doing, the importance of what they're doing, their responsibility that goes with what they're doing. I think it's important that we get to them as soon as possible to help build those skills and that understanding so they aren't completely just numb by it all when they grow up.